Hi, good morning. I'm up close and personal trying to get this thing uncrooked. Bear with me. I'm going to do a little spinning under there. See if we can get things a little bit tightened up. There we go. Howdy, hello. How are you today? I am pretty okay. And okay is good enough. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy midday. That's what time it is around here. Lo and behold, 11:11 came around again, which is my cue to drop what I be do and check in with myself, my body, this thing that carries me around all day, every day. As usual, just feeling silly, checking in with myself and inviting you to check in with yourself. You can join me to whatever degree feels good in your body, or just sit there and hold your breath and scowl and resist. See how that works out for you. Let me know. I'm going to start with a couple breaths, bringing my awareness into the bottoms of my feet. I'm going to swan dive down with a relatively flat back. Past the waist from the hips and just hang here. Relaxing the belly, relaxing the back, and then I'm going to bend the legs, bring the arms back. I got to step this way, and then pushing the hips forward. Enjoying a little counter stretch. Shake that out. I'm going to roll down this time. Still recovering from a lot of tumbling down the mountain on Sunday. Was that Saturday? That was Saturday already. Sheesh, I should be over it already. Hanging here again from the hips. Let's do a little twisting over to the left. And a little twisting over to the right. And then a little more to the left. This time raising that left hand for an additional twist. And back to center, and then over to the right, raising that right hand. Giving everybody a little hug. Inside, and then back to center. And then I'm going to roll up. Nice and slow. Just checking in with the spine. Shake that out a little bit. I'm going to do just a little free arm swinging. And I'm going to give myself a little hug from the waist this time. So rather than folding from the hips like I like to this time, bending back from the waist, pulling up in the pelvic floor and left elbow over right. Give myself a nice hug, just rounding the spine, pulling the shoulder blades apart. Give them a little squeeze. And then dropping from the hips all the way down toward the floor. Shaking that out. And then I'm going to come up right elbow over left this time. Again, pulling up in the pelvic floor, back in the abdomen. Rounding the spine. Giving the shoulders a nice squeeze. Releasing all of that from the hips. Letting gravity do some unwinding, shaking that out. And then I'm going to bend the knees, swing the arms back. Come again into a counter stretch. Pushing the hips forward, lifting the chest and eyes, and then coming back to neutral. Shake all that out. Don't forget to breathe and smile, whatever else you're doing. I'm going to step back with this left foot into a moderate lunge, pushing into that back heel, pulling the back hip forward and forward hip back, tipping the tailbone under a little bit. I see my cat friend is trying to figure out how to get in the door. See if she can figure it out. Every time it's like a new adventure. Bring our arms up overhead, making sure not to crunch up in those shoulders. And then I'm going to push onto the diagonal. Scooching that back heel out a little bit more and feeling for that energetic line out the heel, through the spine, out the fingertips. Still pulling this back hip forward, forward hip back. Coming back up to upright. I'm going to come to the outside plane this time, so shifting that back heel onto like a 45-degree angle in the closed position. Closed as in closing these hips more, pulling that back hip forward, forward hip back. Checking out this side plane to the outside of the body. Giving those organs a nice hug again, and then I bring this left hand down on the inside of the right leg, scooching that back leg out a little more, increasing that twist, giving all those organs a nice ringing out. A little hello. Gazing up past the right finger, draping the body down the front of that leg, relatively straight leg, forward fold. Kind of aiming my chin for my toes. I'm going to bring that front foot back to meet the back foot. I'll try to move back over here so you can see me. And pressing through the palms, through the spine, into the heels. Pressing the heart toward the center of the earth. Tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. Pressing those heels down. And I'm going to swing that left foot forward in between the hands for a nice deep lunge on that side, high. I think I still need to do more adjusting to the camera. That's right. We'll figure it out. Doing a little bounce down here. Let's move this foot forward. I'm going to move this blanket out of the way though. So let me do that. All right. Sliding that foot forward a little bit, keeping my weight on my hands in a splits-ish position. Just exploring the range of motion in both those legs. I like to rock back and forth a little bit. And get a nice stretch through the whole back of that front leg. Again, I'm keeping weight on my hands to really control that stretch. You make sure and listen to your body if you're following along. And then sliding that front heel back, bending that front leg, stepping forward with that back foot, and hanging here again in forward fold. I'm going to squiggle this way a little bit so I don't hit my hands on the dome, bending the knees, swinging the arms back and then up. And again, pushing those hips forward, lifting the eyes and chest, and coming back to neutral. Shake that out a little bit. I'm going to step back with the right foot this time. Again, into a moderate lunge, pulling the back hip forward, forward hip back, tipping the tailbone under a little bit, looking for a nice long and strong line through the core, and lifting the arms, making sure not to crunch up in the shoulders, and then pushing onto the diagonal line, feeling for that energetic line out the heel, through the spine, out the fingertips, making sure not to crunch past those front toes with that front knee. Coming back to upright, and I'm going to close the hips more, coming onto this outside side plane, checking that out. And I'm going to swiggle this back foot out a little bit more, bringing this right leg, right arm down on the inside of the left leg. I'm going to scooch back this way, see if I can see you from here. Bringing this hand up to gaze past those left fingertips. Getting a nice twist through the torso. Giving all those organs a nice hug, and then bringing this arm around to reach for that opposite hip bone for an additional twist. Gazing out past that long leg. Just enjoying that internal hug for a breath or so. And I'm going to unwind all of that. Bring this hand down on the outside of that left leg and straightening that leg, draping the body over that leg from the hip, aiming chin for toes, still pressing into that back heel. Enjoying that for a breath or so, and then I'm going to bring my weight on the hands and bring this front foot back to meet the back foot, pressing through the palms, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pushing into both heels. Spin the right leg and press into that left heel a little more, and then pressing into the right heel a little more, then in the left, and pressing into the left, taking weight off the right, taking weight off the left, pressing into the right. I'm going to scoop the body forward for a little cobra position, lifting the chest and eyes. See if I can adjust here. Squeezing the legs together, letting the belly just drop. Enjoying a stretch down the whole front of the body. And then lifting the hips, pushing back again into a deeper downward facing dog. Through the palms, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pressing into the heels. And then I'm going to swing that right foot forward in between the hands, coming into a nice deep lunge. And then straightening that leg, I'm going to slide that heel out into a split stitch position on the other side, keeping my hands on either side for support, and I'm just kind of shifting the weight back and forth, exploring that range of motion, enjoying that stretch for a few breaths through the back of that front leg and the front of the back leg. Make sure and be mindful or respectful or kind and generous to your own body in listening. I'm going to bring more weight onto the hands, pulling that back heel back, bending that forward leg, and stepping forward with the back foot. Hanging here again in forward fold. Just letting the belly go, letting the back go. Let's roll up nice and slow, stacking one vertebra on the next. Just checking in with the spine. Noticing how it's doing today. Let's wiggle that out, shake that out. Let's do just a little balancing to finish off this quick morning routine. Bringing my weight onto my right foot, bringing this left knee up toward left shoulder. Relaxing those shoulders, relaxing the supporting foot and leg. Let's do a quick ankle rotation on that side. I'm going to reach for the bottom of this foot. Still checking in with that supporting side, trying to relax that supporting foot. Just going to kind of press with this foot and stretch through the shoulders, and then pulling back with the arms and shoulders, tipping the tailbone under. Nice and long and strong from the bottom of that supporting foot all the way through the pelvis, through the spine, and straightening that front leg. Just enjoying some exploration of that hip socket. This can be done with support if need be. When I think about support, sometimes it makes me want to tip over, so easy. I'm going to bend this knee, put this foot on the supporting leg and close to the groin, pushing this knee back, still tipping the tailbone under a little bit, looking for a nice, long, strong line through the core. Imagine myself a strong, tall, flexible tree on a long-standing mountain. covered in playful breezes. Letting all that go. Let's bring weight onto the left side. Bringing this right knee up toward right shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders, tipping that tailbone under, relaxing that supporting foot. Let's give that ankle just a little rotation. And then reaching for the bottom of this foot. I'm going to, again, press with that foot, just stretching through the shoulders a little bit because that feels good to me. Oh, closed my eyes and fell over. Did you see that? It's fun to play with. I used to play with closing my eyes a lot more and not fall right over, but apparently out of practice, that was fun. Bringing my attention back to that supporting side, tipping the tailbone under, pulling back upright with the arms on that leg, and straightening that leg as much as possible. Out forward. Noticing how the two sides are different. In me, they are quite, and yet they work together. I'm going to release with the left and bring that out to the right. Just explore that range of motion a little bit. Trying to feel for an energetic, supportive line. It's a little iffy on this side. That's okay. Just noticing. Bend this knee, bring this foot onto the supporting side, swinging that knee back, tipping the tailbone under, relaxing the supporting foot and the shoulders. Bringing arms together, imagining myself again, a tall, strong tree on a tall, strong mountain. Covered in playful breezes. Releasing all of that. Let's just do some breathing in, lifting the arms, filling the chest, and then exhaling and squeezing the breath out. Again, breathing in, filling the lungs, dropping the diaphragm, expanding the chest, holding up top, and then like to bend the knees on the way down sometimes. One more big breath in, breathing in love and acceptance and presence, and breathing out what no longer serves me today. I hope you are remembering to take care of your body, let go of the past like it was yesterday. Be a little playful. I wish you a fantastic day. Monica, hi. Alan, Rick, good to see you. Hi, thanks for stopping by. Let's do a little dance. I got some slow music in my head apparently. Anyway, happy Tuesday. I'll be seeing you. Peace.